Hello Libra, welcome to your mid-month reading. This reading holds true from the 15th to the 31st of October. Now this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. This will be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you. Now I will be pulling out archetypes for you and the person you are dealing with. I want to see both your energies since this is a love reading. Alright, so these are your archetypes. I will be pulling out a wisdom of the oracle and a moonology before we move on to your tarot. Alright, we have two. Treasure Island, who else got this? Leo. Yeah, Leo got that. And Chopwood. Alright. Let's get you a moonology. Show the world the real you. Alright. So with your agape card, this is your archetype. Archetypes always show up to tell us what it is about our personalities that we need to either enhance or eradicate. Now this is a beautiful archetype, so I'm pretty sure the tarot right now is guiding you to embrace this part of yourself. Now what this card talks about primarily is devotion, unconditional love, and seeing the heavenly within the earthly. You know what I mean? It's like not wearing rose-colored glasses per se, but just trying to see the good in everything and trying to enhance that goodness instead of just focusing on the bad. And a large part of this comes about when you have a deep sense of gratitude for everything that you have in your life. And it talks about honoring your relationships, honoring your friendships, and honoring all the material things that you have in addition to the intangible ones. So that is what you are coming across as. And what's very interesting is with the agape card, you have the Treasure Island, wisdom of the oracle. I will get to that in a minute. Now for your person, we have the stone. This is one of the most interesting archetypes in this deck, and I really like it because it can talk about a couple of things. It can talk about, so you know how a stone can see generations come and go. So there's a lot of wisdom within that rock. And there's, like, as we know, if we think about quartz, let's say, right, it's used in electronics, it's used in healing, it's used in so many different aspects because it has the potential to absorb energy and information. So I think your person is coming across as someone who's like a sponge, who has absorbed years and years of wisdom, and someone who has the potential to be an anchor to you, to be your rock, to be your support system, and someone who can be committed, steadfast, loyal. You know, so it's a lovely archetype to get for a potential or an existing partner. Now let me get to Treasure Island first. It's a lovely wisdom of the oracle. The Treasure Island primarily talks about your manifestations coming to light, coming to fruit. So it's attracting abundance in all forms. And when it comes to love, I think it's promoting you to see the good in your relationship. And that's why I'm really happy that the agape card came out for you, because you are coming across as an individual who is very open to receiving, you know, because the main issue people have with manifesting is that they keep asking for things they want, but they're in that mindset of lack. So the universe just gives them more of that. It just gives them more of that lack mentality, you know. But I feel like you are realizing that, you know, you have that sense of gratitude and you are open to the gifts that the universe wants to bless you with, and it already is blessing you with those gifts. And it's like within a relationship, when, you know, you're with a particular person and you grow and evolve together, you start discovering hidden gems within each other over courses of years, you know. So I think that is the kind of path either you're already on or a path that you're manifesting and attracting into your life. Now with the Chopwood wisdom of the oracle, it's a very soft, casual, playful energy of being in the now, being in the present, not stressing about the future. And that again is a very important rule of thumb when it comes to manifesting. It's not worrying about the outcome, not worrying about the future, but performing those daily activities that are a part of everybody's life, right? So I think when it comes to your relationship, go on little picnics, go on dinner dates, go for a walk. Just enjoy those little activities that make life, and not get into those heavy ideals and philosophies that we sometimes get involved in when it comes to our love lives, because a lot of planets have been in retrograde and they're just getting out of that, and they're just stationing direct. So it's not a very good time to just go, because shadow period is a thing, and when these planets are still in their shadow, they're still not in their full power, right? So they can't be as benefic as they usually are when they are stationed direct. So just go with the flow, take every day a little, one step at a time. Now when it comes to your moonology, show the world the real you. I always like to pull out the tarot spread and then relate the moonology card to that. So let's see what pops out for you. Full moon in Aquarius. Let's see. Give me a minute. I'm using the Muse Tarot for your main spread. I will pull out 3 cards for you and 3 cards for your person. 5 of Wands. All right. A little bit of conflict there. 9 of Swords. A little bit of pain. 10 of Wands. Gosh, what is going on? You're not in a very good headspace, are you? Though your oracle cards are suggesting something else. All right, let's get deeper. For your person, 7 of Cups, the Death card, oof, and the Fool. All right, I'm glad the Fool is here right after that. Let's get a mutual energy. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. Before I pull the clarifiers, I'm gonna just give you a gist of what we have on the table so far. 5 of Wands, conflict. Whether this is internal or it is external, whether it's part of your relationship, whether it's not, we will see. 9 of Swords, being very anxious, having sleepless nights, being stressed about something. 10 of Wands, having a very heavy burden, and it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. You're ready to put those burdens down because you've had enough. When it comes to your person, 7 of Cups, confusion, disillusionment, false realities. The Death card, transformation, change, endings of cycles. The Fool, beginning of cycles, taking leaps of faith towards something. That's a very huge jump right there. So we'll see what that's about. I will get a crossing card as well. 3 of Pentacles. I like the outcome because it talks about working hand in hand and putting the same amount of resources and building something together. So let's clarify. I'm using the Nicoletta Ciccoli mini to clarify, and this is a new deck for me, and the major arcana don't have the arcana words written, so I may have to consult the book. All right, we have the Empress clarifying the 5 of Wands. I'm going to get another one for this. Oh, yikes. The Chariot. All right. 2 majors clarifying that. Okay, 9 of Swords. We have the Death card on your side as well. 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords. All right. Heavy reading. Your readings are usually quite light. I'm quite surprised. 4 of Cups, clarifying the 7 of Cups. Okay. Clarify the Death card. Oh, I just dropped a card. Give me a minute. I will need to see what this is. Give me a second. The Hermit. All right. You know, the imagery is so surreal in this deck that it's impossible for me to even kind of comprehend what the card is just by looking at the pictures. All right, 5 of Cups, clarifying the Fool. I may need another one for the Death card, we will see. Get another one for the Fool, please. The World. All right, I want 2 clarifiers for the 3 of Pentacles. You have a lot of major arcana coming out. You have the Emperor and the Lovers, another major. What is going on? Wow. Okay. We have the Emperor and the Empress in your spread. So there is a divine counterpart, divine match right here. Alright, let's see. 5 of Wands clarified by the Empress and the Chariot. There is conflict about growth within this partnership. So the Chariot in the original Rider-Waite represents the Emperor, in fact, himself riding the chariot. And there's no gender in tarot, just take the energy. And there are 2 horses, one white and one black, or 2 sphinxes depending on the deck, and they are trying to go in different directions. Okay, and the Emperor is trying to bring them back into the same alignment so that he can move forward, right? So the Emperor, I sort of look at the Chariot card as a card of trying to control something while the energies are going against you, okay, but still having that drive and that motivation to move forward. So I feel like you want to see growth within this relationship, but there are certain variables that are going against you, and you're having a hard time reining those horses in and like getting them to go in the right direction for you. With the Chariot card, you could also be dealing with a Cancer. And with let me just mention all the majors here. With the Death card, could be a Scorpio. We have Aries, Gemini, Virgo, and what else do we have? That's about it. Yeah. All right. Please excuse the frequent throat clearing. I have a frog in my throat for the last 2 days. It's impossible to deal with. All right. 9 of Swords, clarified by the Death card. There was probably an ending here, because the Death card on both sides coming out is not a coincidence, and this is causing you sleepless nights. But I'm asking you not to fret. I don't sugarcoat my readings, I don't make things up, and you're welcome to see all the other signs. I will not give you false hope if there is none, just to get more subscribers, okay? But the outcome is looking lovely. So whatever this is that you are going through, it's completely valid. You know, I'm not disregarding what you've been feeling, but I think it's time to try and get a good night's rest, because things are probably going to get better for you here. 10 of Wands being clarified by the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords, you know, traditionally talks about being overworked. It talks about physical labor. It talks about physically being tired. But it's being clarified by the 8 of Swords, and that's a very mental card. It's a card of a lot of anxiety and like putting yourself in a mental prison. It's like everything is fine, or it's bordering on fine, but you're kind of turning a mountain into a molehill. Heartbreaks are painful, endings are painful. But sometimes I think you know what's happening here, because you see your oracle spread was beautiful, and a part of me thought you're already in this energy. But I think because tarot readings are, it's not a magic crystal ball that's going to tell you your future. It's here to give you advice and guidance. So this is the advice that your oracle is coming with. You need to be in that state of abundance, all right, not in a state of lack. Because once you are in that state of abundance, once you do realize the treasures you have, and once you do realize you need to be grateful for them, is when you will pull yourself out of this mental prison. And once you're out of that mental prison, blessings are going to start pouring in. And this is a fact. I'm not making this up. Okay. Now, on your person's side, we have the 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Your person, maybe you reached out to them. Maybe you offered them a cup of love and they rejected it. Okay. And I think that whole the step you took towards reconciliation backfired. This is not going to resonate for everyone. The energy can be reversed as well, keep that in mind. But I feel like it wasn't because of anything that you did wrong. I think their life is kind of chaotic right now, because the Seven of Cups can talk about not just having too many things to deal with, but it can also talk about not knowing where to put your energy correctly. It's like spreading your energy into different departments and nothing gets done. You know what I'm saying? It's like instead of putting 5 hours a day in one project and making sure you complete it, it's like putting 10 minutes into 30 projects and getting nothing done in the end. So I think your person is in a very chaotic sort of mind space right now. And which is why they're not being able to look at that cup of love that you have for them. Now, when it comes to the Death card being clarified by the Hermit talks about detaching from the world and finding wisdom from the lessons that you have learned through life. Okay, so like I said, with the Stone card, with the Stone archetype, your person, they could be older than you, or they could be wiser than their years. They could have seen a lot and processed a lot and learned a lot of lessons in their life. And I think this is how they function, if that makes sense, you know, because some people thrive in chaos, some people like debates, some people like conflict and arguments, and they like to resolve them instantly, right? But some people like to withdraw, they like to kind of like weigh up their options and just be by themselves, calm their minds, and then approach the whole situation with a clear and clear-headed approach. So I think once this ending did happen, your person did retreat, and this was not like to hurt you or to ghost you or abandon you. I think it was something that they needed to do in order to process this heartbreak, because it was painful for them as well. Okay, now the Fool card is being clarified by the Five of Cups and the World card. So you see what I mean? There is sadness here. The Five of Cups is one of the saddest cards in the deck. So your person is feeling that pain, they are feeling that grief, and they realize that this ending, the World card talks about completing a chapter and starting a new one, and the Fool card talks about starting a chapter all over again. So you see what's really interesting. The World card, the Fool card is the first card of the major arcana. It starts with a 0. And the World card is the last. So the tarot's journey, the Fool's journey, begins with the Fool and ends with the World, and then it starts all over again. So I think it's just the Judgment card is missing here, but I feel like all this sadness that they are feeling is going to make them realize what they are missing, and make them realize that this is not a chapter that they want to end, or if it's already ended, they want to start a new one with you. All right, it's a beautiful energy. The mutual energy, Three of Pentacles, wanting to work on this together once you've both taken that time to heal. And with the Emperor, you remember I said the Emperor drives the chariot? The Emperor and the Lovers, I think this person is willing to work hand in hand with you to control those two horses. The horses I spoke about, right? Because you see, it's like I said, the imagery is very surreal, but that's the horse that's represented here, and that's another horse that the Emperor is riding. So I feel like this person wants to work hand in hand with you, and once you two put your heads together, you will realize that there is a lot of love here. And I would say give it a little bit of time. I know this is holding true only till the end of October. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw change. And now this makes sense to me. Show the world the real you. Don't hide who you are. Don't withdraw so much that you hermitize your life. All right? Be bold, be beautiful, show the world who you really are. And that is what is going to attract more abundance into your life. And be in that abundant mindset. Don't be in the mindset of lack, because you don't want the universe to bless you with more of that, do you? Right? So it's a lovely reading. I love your outcome. Just keep an open mind, be positive, be happy. All right? Make the most of the rest of this month. I will see you soon.